tender. So full and sweet, now on the killer. Tell you the tricks, you had plenty suya. From my Nanda to America. My love for you, let me know the scatter. You know the scatter now. You know the scatter. You know the scatter now. You know that I feel the sex, it's not try over me. Feeling that's me all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. I feel like I am beautiful. I feel like I am beautiful. My baby love my I feel like I am beautiful. Oh, you make me dance to give me super. My baby love. Oh no. Just a feeling. Baby, you don't send me. I get the chills. And I get the shots. I go looking nice, get the silver. It knows to my socks. I go do the dance together. Give me like the light from my back. Trust me, I will rock you better. You don't love me more like I got. You be like, hey, I like the shot to my body. You be like, say, baby, I like the shot to my body. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me that sweet all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me sexy all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me that sweet all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me sexy all over me. I feel like I am beautiful. I feel like I am beautiful. My baby love my ooh. I feel like I am beautiful. Oh, you make me dance to give it super. My baby love to give it super. Everybody loves to give it super. Oh, you dance to give it super. I said make me dance to give it super. I said they really need it sweeter. You tell me so love me I like her more. I said they love to give it super. EJ love. I love the sweet and fast your love. This your love now, this your love now, tender. So full and sweet, now on the killer. Tell me the tricks, you had plenty suya. From my Nanda to America. My love for you, baby, don't go scatter. You don't go scatter now. You don't go scatter. You don't go scatter now. You know that I feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me that sweet all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me that sweet all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. I feel like I am beautiful. I feel like I am beautiful. My baby loves me now.
This is Black on Fire Radio.
If you fall in love like I do, usinipende mama. If you want designer, buy for you. Tunakupenda sana, kwetu ni getu, hakuna gado. All I can offer, baby, she got love, yeah. Usinipende, usiniache niende, yeah. I say, play a guitar for you, sing a little song as we dance to the tune. Yeah, da-di-da-di-da for you, da-di-da-di-da for you. Oh baby, play a guitar for you, sing a little song as we dance to the tune. Yeah, da-di-da-di-da-da-da, da-di-da-di-da-da-da. Usinipende, usiniache niende. Usinipende, usiniache niende. missing my chance for you.
This is Black Fire Radio.
I was standing like a pyramid.
Yes, this is the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're listening the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana, please do remember to interact with us and tell us who you're listening to these amazing good vibes, because I did get to play you the first song, which is Ikebe Super by the one and only Josephine. She's all the way from Nigeria, and she has the same voice as Tiwa Savage. Maybe you can get just logging into YouTube and get to catch her amazing good music and get to support her as well, because we do believe in supporting talents. We do believe in supporting careers, people, young youths and young people trying to get into the industry. Karibuni sana. Do remember to interact with us. That is on Facebook, on at the Black Hot Fire Radio. On Twitter, use the hashtag Pan African Bliss with Joby and hashtag Black Hot Fire Black Hot Fire Network. You can find us on Twitter, that is on the Black Hot Fire Network, and on Instagram as well at the Black Hot Fire Network. You can also call us in, SMS us, or WhatsApp us at the +254-754-402-730, and tell me where you're tuning in from, and of course, how is your week coming along? It's been on a Tuesday, the 6th of July, and of course the month is still young, and I do believe that most of us get to make manifestos for ourselves and get to set some goals, some things that we want to attain before the end of the month, or rather before the end of the year, because personally I have just made some manifestos for myself, and they should begin, they have begun this July, and I just hope at the end of the day, or at the end of the month, that I'll be able to fulfill my goals. I don't know as for you, but you can tell us what you're all about, and of course, as you listen to our as we give you some positive vibes, and maybe if you woke up and you're feeling like a little bit shaky, because personally today I was feeling very sick actually in the morning, but I'm so thankful to the universe, because I'm feeling a little bit better right now, and I'm so glad to be joining you, the Black Hot Fire family. Karibuni sana. You can also find us on the www.blackhotfire network, that is on our website, and when you log into the website, you can also get to create your own page and enjoy our good positive vibes. You can also download the app on the Google Play Store and get to enjoy the amazing positive vibes that we have for you. We're gonna take a short musical break, but before that, you know how we do it here on the Pan African Bliss Show. We always have to start the day with some more positive vibrating quotes, and the quote of the day today goes by don't be the same, but be better. Don't be the same, be better. I mean, because I do believe it's like the same way that I was saying right now. When the month begins, we do set some goals, or even maybe when the week is beginning, we do set some goals for ourselves. But you'll find that there's someone who just says it by the word of mouth, but you're not taking any action towards what you really want to work upon. But that's why I was, trying to give this quote of the day, which goes by, don't be the same, be better. I mean, don't just be stuck in the same place saying, I want to do this, I want to make a change in my life, but you're not taking any actions towards it. Karibuni sana. I hope you are enjoying, or rather, you're having some good time here on the Black Hot Fire Network. And of course, if you ain't, tell us how we can even make it more better. Karibuni sana. We're gonna keep on playing the music. This was Nipende by the one in Kappa Dre. Keep it the Black Hot Fire Network. We will be right back.
From lying in a battlefield, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, I will die for you, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, I will die for you. But you need to happen about it. All I can offer, baby, she got love, yeah. Cause when I get up for you, sing a little song and she dance to the tune. Yeah, da-di-da-di-da for you, da-di-da-di-da for you. Oh baby, play a guitar for you, sing a little song and she dance to the tune. Yeah, da-di-da-di-da, da-da, da-di-da-di-da, da-da. I saw on my side in treats. Imagine I'm so in a man for Brits, yeah. Could she cook glad in vain? I feel the pain when walking in rain. Do ya come at me? Cause you got the yummy in me. The reason to love you indeed. The reason to put you mercy for your family. Na 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 na. Sing it, na 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 na.
This is Black on Fire Radio, media, 21st century.
Coffee jungle, that's my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irish man. Not a rising man, and a rise young man. Step out of the day before you late, too late. Coffee jungle, that's my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irish man. Not a rising man, and a rise young man. Step out of the day before you late, too late. Every day I live for Lagos. Wake up in the morning with my focus. Also with my niggas in the workers. We run up the light. I kill up the show. I'm on the first to read the people. Every day my hustle for the paper. Every day it be like Ray Rumble. They rumble, they hustle, they rumble. No look good, check face. When they jump up,
This is Black on Fire Radio, media.
I'm on the first to read the people. When I get up, control it. No brother, Cause we juggle that at my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irish man. But a rising man, and a rise young man. Step out of the day before you late, you late. Cause we juggle that at my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irish man. But a rising man, and a rise young man. Step out of the day before you late, you late. Cause we juggle that at my place, man.
This is Black on Fire Radio, media for the 21st century.
Yes, I. This is the Black Outfire Radio Media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana again to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and I hope you are having an amazing Tuesday so far. Please do remember to interact with us. That is on our social media handles on Facebook at the Black Outfire Radio, on Twitter at the Black Outfire Network, and on Twitter you can use the hashtag Pan African Bliss with Joby and hashtag Black Outfire Network. And of course, tell us how you're vibing along. As your Tuesday kicks in, and if you're not feeling any better, tell us how we can even make it better, because we have positive vibes here lined up for you. We have an amazing show lined up for you. And of course, I did get to play you. That was Lagos City Redeem by the one and only Lexi Wolf. And of course, they're doing the most. And I was saying, you can get to support these young talents by, just going to the YouTube and get to watch these amazing positive vibes that they have for you. Because I do believe in supporting careers. I do believe in supporting talents, because we've seen the government of today, which is not even considered how the young youths, or rather how people are trying to get some works, or get to just earn a living by using their talents, and they're not being supported enough. But we, the common Wananchi, or rather we, the fellow black the black people, we can help them do that, because we know the government of today, they're only making manifestos, but which are only benefiting themselves, not us, not even the young talents that are out here. But this is the Black Outfire Network, and you can all get hold of us. That is on our website at the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, and you can also download the app on the Google Play Store and get to enjoy these amazing vibes. And of course, it's been on a Tuesday. We know so many things are popping up, how Africa people have been affected. And of course, many people are trying to hustle out here. And as I was saying, as we support young youths, I can see that, there's let me just check it out. In Gabon, children are trying to survive by, scavenging. Is it scavenging for the items at the garbage dump for sale? And I was just relating with this story because, let me just share it on the screen. I was just relating with it because also here in Kenya, we have let me just call it a dumping site where people get to go and dump trashes. It's actually a big place, and you can find it in Nairobi at the Dandora. And you'll find that so many young people, actually young men, young boys, who are trying to earn a living by going to these garbages and trying to find some, coppers, or maybe just something that they can sell just to bring food onto the table for their parents or maybe their younger siblings. And which is really sad because as you can check in this story, even the Europeans, actually, let me just call the whites already. They have heard that these young people are searching for copper, aluminium, where they can just collect them and go to earn a living. And it's in the only it is the only dump site in the capital city where trucks dump some 800 tons. So I'm just gonna play the video and maybe you're gonna understand more what I'm really talking about. But it's really sad when you see young youths, or rather young children, even others who have been neglected by their own parents, or maybe even the community, by the relatives, then they end up in these kind of places because they just want to put something onto the stomach at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna share the video, and please, as you interact with us, tell us what you think about this story.
Gabonese children wander around Mindubi landfill in Libreville in search of copper or aluminium items buried within the unsanitary and unsafe, dozens of meters high mountain of garbage, where trucks dump some 800 tons of waste daily in the capital city. The ambitious children, come rain or shine, aim to sell the tossed metal-made objects they gather at the end of the day. I'm afraid for my health, but otherwise we force ourselves. We have to do this. We can't expect everything to come from our mothers. We're already old enough to take care of ourselves, as you can see, with the others here. To get some money and try to help the family at home a little bit. That's kind of why I came to work here. These children, some of whom work 15 hours a day at the dump, can sell their findings for €3 a kilo, and some can even make €23 a day as sacrifice to contribute to their households. There are a lot of children here who don't even go to school anymore. They spend all their time here in the landfill. Gabon, one of Africa's largest oil producers and one of the richest per capita in the region, saw an unemployment rate at 20% in 2020. First, it's the state and then the national education. But the national education cannot intervene without state authorization. The state must first take care of these children. The hardworking children are exposed to all sorts of waste materials and can develop respiratory diseases and skin rashes, among other health issues. Activists believe the state should ban child labor at the trash site.
This is really sad, actually, because it's really sad, actually, because you can see these young kids, as we've had, most of them are neglected, maybe by their parents, by their relatives. Even the government itself is responsible for all this. A young kid, even ladies who are involved even in it, young girls, they wake up to go look for copper and aluminium. Then when they get these kind of resources, the government will come and even take it away from them. Or when they discover there is something somewhere, they come and take advantage of it. These young kids do not even go to school. Others have talents which are not even being looked up onto, which is really sick and really sad. It's also happening not only in Gabon, but it's also happening, I think, in the whole Africa. If you dig deeper, you'll find that these cases get to happen. Here in Kenya, we also have the same case. There's a large dumping site in the Dandora. It's called the Dandora, and you'll find that young kids who just go there, wake up so early, just to find something to put in their stomach, and of course I fear for their health, as they have said. You fear for their health, and for the young men, actually for the boys it's most, because they're gonna maybe bump into the, how is it called, to the sanitary towers, which is it is really so unhealthy and so unhygienic, and I just hope the government can really look deeper into this. But as much as we keep on saying the government to look up deeper into this kind of matters, they don't do anything about it. They just watch, they see the news, but they neglect it. They don't do anything about it. And I just wonder, what if it was your kid? What if one day you're not in a position where you can't even, maybe you don't have enough money to be in the government position anymore, or maybe something happens? Because as you can see from the screen, you've seen that these white people, I don't know what they're doing here. Others are taking videos and they're not gonna do anything about it, which is really sad, super sad. What if it was your kid? What if one day something happens to you and your kid ends up being in such kind of a position? Would you feel like, because that is lack of humanity that people are having right now. Our leaders they have the heart, or rather a cold heart, which does not include humanity. But in other cases, we also have the We also have the distressed parents await news of abducted students in Nigeria in the northwest. And of course, in Nigeria, we've had cases whereby students get to be kidnapped each and every time, and we wonder why. And the government gets to hear also these kind of cases, but they don't do anything about it, which is really sad. Actually, it is really sad. And I'm also gonna share the video, but I just hope at the end of the day these kids get to be rescued, and I hope they're gonna be found at the end of the day. And the government should also do something about it, because the people who are kidnapping them, I mean, if you're not asking for money, if you're not killing these young ladies or maybe these children, what are you benefiting from it? And what is the government doing about it? Nothing. But I'm going to share the video, and as you interact with us, tell us what you think.
Distressed parents wait for news of their children at a Nigerian school Monday. Several of them gathered in front of the Bethel Baptist High School premises as news of the kidnapping broke Monday afternoon. Gunmen stormed the Bethel Baptist High School in the Shikun local government area of Kaduna State in Nigeria's northwest. They kidnapped 140 students in the early hours of Monday. 24 students escaped, and police confirmed rescuing 26 students to safety, including a teacher.
Which is so sad, actually, very sad. Even teachers are kidnapped, and the government does not do anything about it. And even these teachers are employed by the government, but they don't do anything about it. Please, let us wake up first as Africa. Let us rise up and fight for our own people. Let us stand up for each other, because it is really, really sick. And I can see Jerry saying that you're loving the show. Karibu sana. I hope that the Black Outfly Network is making your day super great. And I can also see the African Diaspora Roots Connect. You're saying Grand Rising, and you can also say in the matter of where the Gabona children, they are going to to this dumping site to collect this copper and aluminium and whatever they can find to just put food in their table, or rather in their stomach. You're saying it's all because of a lack of unemployment, and it's really sad. Actually, it's really sad, and I agree with you, like totally. I do agree with you, and I just hope at the end of the day, not only the government but us who have an opportunity, or rather we are in a position to help these young people, let us do it. If you're in a position, if you have, if you're wealthy enough, or maybe if you have something that you can offer to these young ladies, it doesn't have to be like you coming to Africa, or it doesn't have to be wherever that you are from, because I do believe worldwide people are facing troubles. People wake up with a lot of distress. Others wake up with a lot of because yesterday I was also saying, you find others who are waking up to marriages, others are waking up to proposes, others are waking up to divorces, others are waking up to losing their jobs, others are waking up to opportunities to get jobs. But at the end of the day, there are merits and demerits of life, right? And if you're in a position to help someone, I think that you should. There's one YouTuber that I really love here in Kenya. Shout out to Miss Trudy, wherever she really is. But I just love her content, and I just love how she goes out there, despite the money that you're earning, not only from YouTube or how wealthy you are. She's in a position to help those she can, be it the friends, be it strangers. I just love that. So if you're in a position to help someone, please do it. Do not take advantage of people, or rather use them for your own benefit. But we're going to take a short musical break. Jerry Katie, you're saying, hey, Joby, I'm loving the show. Karibu sana. And I'm so glad that you are enjoying this. And I just hope at the end of the day, we're going to make your day better. General Mosquito, good morning. And I can hear you saying that that's some gay ass voice. Yeah, lol. Did you just have to listen to the voice? But Karibu Sana General Mosquito, you're just full of surprises, and we're gonna play an amazing music. This is like Beyonce by the one and lonely Lexi Wolf. Please keep it the Black Outfly Network. We're gonna be right back.
This is Black Outfly Radio, video 21st century.
See, I like the way you did. I like the way you did. I see you come my way. I would like to be on set, and I'm liking how you did. Liking how you did. Step on, jump, do booty on me, girl, booty on me. 1, 2, 3, you shooting out of my leg, girl, smoke my wig. Come with me, looking like you need a trip, girl, you can ride on me, ride on me. I got you begging for more. We're going out on the floor, yeah, yeah. You control the girl, you don't need to hit my road, girl, yeah, yeah. We dancing on the floor.
Yes, family. And as you enjoy the music, the question of the day today is: what is it that we have to do? Rather, how can we make Africa better? Because not only did we talk about yesterday how our African leaders are being mindly or rather mentally corrupted by the Europeans by taking money and taking loans from the diaspora people. But I was just asking, what is it that we can do to set Africans free? Because we have been enslaved not only mentally but with a lot of things. Our culture has been taken away from us. We've been taught not to respect our culture. We've been taught to walk away from our culture. That is from the education that we get here in Africa. Because trust me, as we grow up, or even the kids, our siblings, as they grow up, the system of education that they're getting right now, it's corrupting their mind, and they don't really know. Not only that, even in the society where we come from, people are afraid of their own culture. People are afraid of who they are. We are scared to show ourselves as Africans. And of course, the whites are taking advantage of this. But I was just asking, as you enjoy this amazing music by the one and only Lexi Wolf, tell me and interact with me. How can we make African better? How can we free Africans? Because the whites are taking advantage, and we just need to work on this. Please keep on enjoying the music and keep it the Blackout Fire Network. You can interact with us. That is on Facebook at the Blackout Fire Radio. On Twitter, use the hashtag Pan African Bliss with Joby and hashtag Blackout Fire Network, and you can get hold of us. That is at the Blackout Fire Network on Twitter, and also on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network. And you can also call us in, SMS or WhatsApp us, and tell us where you're streaming in from, where you're listening to us from. And of course, I do hope that you are enjoying the vibe that we have here for you. And we're gonna be right back. Keep on enjoying this amazing, wonderful music.
Trips, girl, yeah. I know that you need a ride. Come, girl, have a good time. Come be my baby. I'ma be your man too, yeah. Just for the night. Come, girl, have a good time. Come be my Beyonce. I'ma be your J too, yeah. Just for the night. Come, girl, have a good time. You can be my Beyonce. I'ma be your J too, yeah. Paradise, paradise. What you wanna be? Close your eyes. Get down on me. Pass me my way, I'm not your man, but I'm without you too. I never let you go, I never let you go. Girl, come close, I just wanna touch you slow. I just wanna touch you slow, touch you slow. Baby, we can do it on the low. Baby, we can do it on the low. We can do it on the low. Everybody gotta know. Everybody gotta know. Yeah, come talk, girl. You need to be my baby, girl. Usame puri kwenda, kunirejelea, kusudi
Karibu nyumbani guys. Mzaa This is Black Fire Radio, media for the 21st century.
Yes, karibuni sana to the Pan-African Bliss Show once again, and I hope you are enjoying your Tuesday so far, keeping it the Black Fire Network. And I can see y'all, and you are having an amazing, amazing time. I can see you, African Diaspora Roots Connect, saying that kids abduction has become so rampant, and Buhari should react. And of course, this is something that we keep on talking about. This is something that we keep on mentioning, not only us, but we've seen also other people who are trying to get the message, rather to spread out the message about Africans people, or rather being helped, young kids being helped and young youths getting jobs. This is something that we've been talking about daily, on a daily basis. These are cases that are rising on a daily basis, but the government does not do anything about it. We just they just, like, it's like they're telling us, you just keep on yapping your mouth, at the end of the day you're just gonna be quiet. Because I do believe, as I keep on saying, this life is 100% our responsibility. And as much as we keep on electing these politicians, these leaders, expecting that the world is gonna change, or maybe they're gonna make it better, they do not. They keep on making it worse. We've seen corruption arising each and every day, people killing each other, and of course, this is also this is something that is also being supported by the government, because you'll find cases, or rather the killings, the extrajudicials that keep on happening, and it's all caused by the government, and they don't do anything about it. Actually, people walk scot-free, and they don't do anything about it. But I just hope you're having an amazing time so far, because I did get to play amazing jam. That was Jealous by the one and only Paul Raj. And I wanted to say that that is Zambian. Yeah, Zambian language sounds more of like a Ugandan language. And I was just surprised the other day that I didn't know Zambians can speak Swahili, and of which is really great. But but we can see our local language, which I thought actually I did used to think that Swahili was only found in Kenya and Tanzania only. And I used to be very proud of that. But it's really amazing that you can see it spreading even in other African countries, which is just super amazing, because it's like a national language, or rather a culture that we are creating. Because whenever we go and we bump into each other, when you speak Swahili and I can relate with you and understand what you're really telling me, not you talking to me French or talking to me Italian or Chinese, and I'm not understanding what you're getting, that I have to get a translator. But Swahili, I just hope that even here on the Black Fire Network, that we can have Swahili classes. But because I did get to see that we were having Swahili languages that was on Sundays, and I just hope that we're gonna work on that, and also get to educate our fellow Black Fire family about what is it that we get to discuss here in Africa. Karibu sana. And as I speak of jealousy, I did ask, the question of the day is, do you think, or rather, how can we set Africans free, because we've seen for so long. This is something that is really clear right now, and I just hope people are wakening up, because, as I said, it's the awakening for me, and it's really coming so quick. And I'm just so grateful, because being here, I've also learned a lot of things that I didn't know about our African culture or even about ourselves. But I was just asking, as you interact with us on our Facebook, that is on our social media handles, on Facebook at the Black Out Fire Network, the Black Out Fire Radio, sorry. On Twitter, you can use the hashtag Pan African Bliss, the Joby, and hashtag Black Out Fire Network at the Black Out Fire Network page, and also on Instagram at the Black Out Fire Network. You can also call us in or SMS us or WhatsApp us at the +254 754 402 730, and tell us where you're streaming in from. And of course, how is your day coming along? It's 21 minutes past 12 here in Nairobi, and the weather is really crazy. As you can see, I'm sipping some coffee here just to keep myself warm. And I don't know about you there, but please interact with us as we get to discuss this amazing topic today. I was just asking, how is it that we can set Africans free? Because we've been enslaved, not only mentally by the Europeans, before colonization and even after colonization, we're still enslaved mentally. And also the education that we are getting, the system of education that we are getting here is really corrupted. It's teaching us not to respect our African cultures, and some lies that have also been hidden in between the stories that we're getting, the history of before. There's so many lies that are hidden there. Even how we are being taught about our religion, that is all lies about the white Jesus. Because personally, even me growing up, I knew Jesus was white, like clearly. I just knew, like, we had a white Jesus, and he wasn't African, and all those kind of things. But how is it that we can change that? How is it that we can enslave ourselves, or rather, change our mentality, the way we think, the way we talk, the way we reason, the way we relate with each other? How is it that we can change all that? First, personally, I'm going to share a video later on, but as you interact with me, tell me what you think about it. First, I think we should, as I said, and I'll keep on saying, let us create a culture, because once we respect our culture, knowing ourselves, knowing our history, where we come from, starting from our own ancestors, and understanding how they lived, that is how we're gonna pass the information to each other as brothers and sisters, as Black people, and we're gonna educate each other more. But because we don't want to learn that, we want to learn what the Europeans are bringing on to us. That is what they're taking advantage of. They're just and they're just like, just keep on. Since you don't want to open up your mind, you don't want to know more about yourself, so we're gonna keep on using you, taking advantage of you, and even our resources. Because yesterday we did get to see, and as we speak of the Gabona people, because you've heard that Gabona is really is kind of one of the richest country here in Africa, and it's just crazy, because Africa, we are blessed, but the whites are the one who are taking advantage of this. Because we've seen that here in Gabona, these kids, as much as they are in a dump site, which is really unhealthy to them, you bump into sanitary towels, you bump into a lot of things which might affect you health-wisely, and of course you won't have money to go to the hospital, which the money which was brought by the Europeans, while we have all the riches here in Africa. So how is it that we can change, all that? How is it that we can just, rise up as Africans, unite together? Because the Europeans are celebrating us dividing. That is like a business to them. They're celebrating unto it. They come to Africa without even permit. They come, they act like, they're coming to tour. Even if others are coming to tour, they have a purpose unto it. At the end of the day, one or two, they're gonna walk out with an information out of Africa. They take it to the diaspora, and they turn it to their own advantage, which is just so sad. And it is a case that is rising each and every day. And our leaders are allowing this. They know all these things that are happening, but they're just so blinded, especially by the money, by the cash. As we speak of jealousy, how you can hear Paul Raj talking of, about jealousy, how the brothers or other people hate you because of money. Money has really corrupted our mind, actually. Money has brought us to, it has made African people hate themselves, hate each other. Like, like how we can check in the world of today, people are living in a competitive life. People want to, live in a competition under social media. Who's bought a car? Who's bought a house?
who's living where, who's married by who's opened which business, and how it's running. But how is it that we can change all that and set ourselves free, especially when it comes to us depending onto the diaspora people or even the European people? But please interact with me, and I just hope you are enjoying the show so far. And I can see General Mosquito, you're saying make Africa great again. Yes, we can make Africa great again, and that is exactly. I did tell you that there is a site in YouTube, the page, it's called Make Africa Great, and that is just where exactly I'm gonna share the video from, because they have amazing content, and they do get to educate. There's some information others also do not know, but they do get to educate us more about, how we can just make Africa great again without depending on the European people. Because the way we've set our mentality, we're being cheated with the soap operas that we are watching. Young girls, when they watch these soap operas, you want to become Beyonce, you want to become Kim Kardashian, you want to do lip injections, you want to do hips injection, but you're being slaved mentally and you don't know, because you're relying on something that is not even meant for you, chemicals that are going to only end up killing you. And that is when they keep on saying that these diseases are coming from Africa. Yes, they're being brought to you and you're taking them because you don't want to open up your mind. You're not ready to learn about yourself. You don't want to know deeper more about your melanin skin or why you are African. You're in denial of who you are. So I'm going to share the video. And as we interact, family, you tell me how we can make Africa free again and change our mentality, the way we think, the way we reason, the way we relate with each other as brothers and sisters. How is it that we can come together and just agree that we are tired of these people and let us just do it our own way? So I'm just gonna share the video and tell me what you think about it.
Yes, please. November 1884 to February of 1885, in the cold Berlin months in Germany, the colonizers met to discuss how they could see to it that Africa and her children are forever defeated and dominated. They had been in Africa, where they found some amazing kingdoms with their own well-established religious and educational systems. They sought out to destroy us. So for 4 months, they sat around a great big old table with a gigantic map of Africa across from them. They took out their carving knives and began to partition our Africa into the tiny little economies that we are today. The more powerful a kingdom was, the more kingdoms that came out of it. The more organized a kingdom was, the more countries that came out of it. Not only many countries out of that same kingdom for the purposes of divide and conquer, they also assigned those countries. I'm going to pause for a quick second, please.
I think she was distracted for a minute. I think she was distracted for a minute because you can see that some people are making noise in the background, but we're gonna keep on, family. Please interact with us and tell me where you're listening to us from and what you think about this issue, because it is rising up like on a daily basis.
So the more countries that came out of it, and the same countries were also assigned to different colonizers who spoke different languages. This was done as a way of making sure that the rule of divide and conquer was as successful as it could be. This was all done as a way of making sure that the new countries, the new nations that they would have created, are nations, one, that could never survive on their own, but in the event that they should, they are nations that are easy to destabilize. So it is that they got together, and by the 26th of February of 1885, they completed their dirty work. The Africa that we have today, with the exception of a few changes, was born. An Africa that was designed to be forever defeated and dominated. Over 130 years later, we, the Black people, have been unable to undo the damage that was created by the Berlin Conference. What does that mean in the real world? How does the Berlin Conference continue to be alive and well today? They talk about globalization. Let's all come together. We're one big market. Let's trade together. But guess where all the minerals are, the natural resources are? 80% of the world untapped natural resources are in Africa. Over 65% of the arable land in the world is in Africa. So they know there's a lot to get out of Africa. So poor little Togo was told, you're a sovereign nation. You have the same sovereignty as China. Poor little Benin, poor little Djibouti, poor little Eswatini, you have the same sovereignty on the world stage as the United States. And now as Europe, as the European Union. How does Togo? How does Benin? How does Gabon with 1.5 million people, Lesotho with 1.5 million people, how do they go to the world market and trade with China with 1.4 billion people?
Mm-hmm.
It was all by design to see to it that we are forever defeated and dominated. I often equate to like taking my poor husband and putting him in the same boxing ring with Muhammad Ali. And so when my husband collapses before he even leaves home, the world says, what's wrong with you, Dr. Cole? You can't find Muhammad Ali? And they don't understand why Togo is not thriving, because French military are in Togo. French treasury is at the Togolese central bank. French government, French companies rather, they are managing and employing over 80% of the Togolese people. They control the economy of Togo. How does Togo breathe? The same is happening in every country in Africa, and we are being made to say, leadership. I'm not saying we don't have leadership issues. Yes, we do. But who doesn't? But what are you leading? I am reminded of a cartoon that was sent to me last week. There was Africa up in the tree running away from a lion who was depicted as the United States, and a crocodile who was depicted as Europe. And then as Africa is running up the tree to run away from the lion and the crocodile, well, guess who was already in the tree? China. It was a snake ready to attack the African. Where does Africa go? That cartoon character, it depicted the situation in Africa. I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, Africa is under siege. They have their knees on our necks. Africa cannot breathe. And all that goes back to the Berlin Conference.
That is so true. That is so true. But please interact with us and tell us where you tuning in from, and of course what you think about this amazing topic of today, because it's really heartwarming for me, and I think it's really also educating. And at the end of the day, we need to set our mentalities free. We need to set ourselves free. We need to change the way we think, because she's saying the truth. And I can say African diaspora saying that she's Dr. Arikana, and I just love her content and everything that she gets to display out here, and everything that she did get to talk about, educating our fellow African brothers and sisters of who we are and how the Europeans are controlling us, but we are not aware of it. We are enslaved. We are enslaved, not only by the money that they brought to us, not only by the loans that we are taking, that our leaders are bringing us all these chaotic lives that we are living right now. We can see even right now as the pandemic is happening, most of the people do not know that they are being controlled. They think it's just a pandemic that is happening, but there's no pandemic. Our economy are affected. Our businesses have been affected. Our kids are affected, actually, because trust me, for the past 1 year, that was on 2020, we do believe that, or rather we know, here in Africa or here in Kenya, the schools were closed for over 1 year. Lots of kids did get to drop out of school because right now the parents have lost their jobs. Others will go out of their way to hustle, to bring just food in the table. And you can see the same case that is happening right now in Gabon, because we are electing leaders who do not even care about us. Leaders who have also been mentally enslaved, but they do not even see that. And who are being affected, it's us. We, the common wananchi, are the ones who are being affected. But how is it that we can come together as Africans and change all this? So I'm just gonna keep on playing the video for a minute because we're almost coming to the end of the show also. And tell me what you think about this situation.
And developed to where today we have the Jewish nation that is as powerful as it is today. We only have 15 million Jewish diaspora and a little bitty country called Israel, a desert pretty much. Compared to us Africans, we have almost 400 million African diaspora, plus the largest land mass on earth, over 30,000 square miles of land. Look where we are. The only two things that they understood mattered the most, and they concentrated on that. It was unity of purpose. They came together, they organized. Where are you? What do you do? And how do we get in touch with you? Secondly, now that we know who you are, here are the issues. For us to accomplish this, we need money. Let's pull, again, unity of purpose, financial unity of purpose. That's the only two things they did. They pulled their monies together. They came together. If we can unite.
You know, I used to ask myself when I was young, you know, just the other day, my cousin's kid did get to ask me a very weird question. And I was just like, how am I going to answer this kid? It was just like, who brought education? Who brought this money thing? Who brought people going to church? There's just a lot of questions. Personally, I do remember me growing up, I was asking myself, where did the money come from? Where did money come from? Because when you look deeper into how they claim the creation came about, how the world was created, how the universe was made, there was no money mentioned. But the Europeans tampered with our mind, where after creation and after everything, after colonization, when they came to Africa and saw all the resources that they have, they had to create this thing called money, which is really tampering with people's life right now. The economy is really rising up because when I was young, I remember when I was buying a packet of milk, it was 30 bob. Right now, a packet of milk is 50 bob, 50 Kenyan shillings, which is $3. Is it $3? Yes. It is really, life is really becoming expensive, more and more, more and more, more and more. And people do not see this. People still want to look up onto the European people as if they are gods, as if they are heroes, which they ain't. They are enslaving our lives, but we're not seeing this. Hi, Tyrant Tate. I can see you saying that, hello, very good information. Yes, at the end of the day, we need to pass positive vibration to our fellow Black African and sisters and get to educate them more about themselves, because people do not see this. Most of the people do not know this, trust me, because me personally, when I try to pass the information to the people who are the same age as me, they think I'm just bluffing. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm just, I'm getting some misinformation somewhere. They think I'm talking nonsense. Let me just call it nonsense. I'm seeing like I'm crazy, like I don't belong there, like I don't deserve to be there. I don't know how it is, but it's really crazy, and we just need to wake up. Personally, I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in this generation that we are living right now. Actually, not even in this generation, not with this kind of the world that we're living right now. As much as our leaders or rather the system of education might not change, we can change our kids' mentality. We can also help our families, our friends to get out of this, this enslavement, get out of this, this mentality, how they're being captured, how they do not want to see the truth, or rather how they've been hidden the truth from them. So we're gonna just play the video as we wind up.
And understand why we are uniting. If we can understand that I don't have to love you, I don't even have to like you, but at a certain level as Black people, we have a responsibility to unite and fight for our shared survival and greater good. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, we have a responsibility to fix the situation with Black people for our children and generations to come. Let's unite and let's pull our financial resources together. The rest is easy.
And that's what you are, that's the blueprint you've laid out for ADDI, correct?
Correct.
The Africa Diasporan
Development
Institute. Can you tell us about that, how that came about and where it is right now?
African Diaspora Development Institute is an entity that was designed to be the one-stop shop for everything African. Can you believe, Sister Gina, that as long as we have existed, there isn't one place that you could go to if you wanted to get information about Africa. If you want to go to Nigeria, you got to go to the Nigerian embassy. If you want to know something about Kenya, you got to go to the Kenyan embassy. It's ridiculous and insanity of the highest order. So we're saying as ADDI, we need to have one place that if you want to go home to do business, right now we are concentrating.
The other thing I like about StreamYard is that
I totally agree with everything that Dr. Arikana is saying, and it's really true. Right now, when you try to tour or rather, if I say I want to go to Uganda, or maybe I want to go to Zimbabwe, or I want to go to South Africa, I'll have to go to the embassy, the government embassy of South Africa, and get the permission for me to tour the country and get some information or the history of there. And I don't think this is really necessary. But because the Europeans have tampered with everything, where you just need a visa, you need a passport for you to get all these things, it is really crazy. But we just need to unite as Africans and come up with something that is our own. Let us create something that they cannot take away from us. Let us come up with a resource, or I don't know, something that we can just call our own as Africa, as an African continent, as the Black people, so that we can maybe the information can pass better to the other fellow African brothers and sisters. Because as I am saying, most of the people do not understand what is really going on. Even with the pandemic right now, people are being controlled by the government leaders, but they don't see that. I was really sad when the other day the president said that the curfew and the lockdown is still going on for the next 60 days. For what? For what? People have their lives to live. He is living the best of his life because this guy is allowed to go, he being the president or him being the leader, he can walk out or rather be out of the curfew or rather, walk or tour the world however he wants. As we, the common wananchi, we are not allowed to do that. You find that the airports are under lockdown. You're not allowed to travel in and out of Nairobi. You're not allowed to go to a certain county because there is corona pandemic. And a lot of bullshit that is just going on that we do not need to. You're not understanding. And people are so blinded. People are so blinded, trust me, which is just crazy. But at the end of the day, we just need to pass the information and help our fellow people who do not understand of what is really going on. And of course, at the end of the day, we need to make Africa great again, as General Mosquito did get to say. Let us free ourselves from all these, these things, this crazy shit that is really going on from the European people and how they're trying to tamper with our mentality. Let us take back what is our own. Let us claim back. By us uniting, we can claim back what is ours. By us uniting and accepting and knowing our cultures and history, because that will be like it will be something, a powerful weapon that they cannot take away from us. The moment we know about our history, the moment we know about ourselves and who we are made to be, the moment we know about our country or our culture as the African continent, what we are about, that will be a great weapon that they cannot take away from us. And I can see you, Unsunken One, saying that top of the day, BHFN. I don't know what BHFN means, but I don't know what that means, but oh, sorry, that is the Black Fire Network. Actually, I didn't get the whole, the short form thing. But Karibu Sana, I hope you did get to enjoy the show. And of course, we are coming to the end of the show. And before that, we're going to play some amazing music. Thank you so much to everyone who's been streaming. Thank you to everyone who's been tuned in. Thank you, African Diaspora, for being here with us. Jerry, Kate, I think that is Kate. Karibu, Asante Sana for being here. And I do hope that you did get to enjoy the show. And at the end of the day, not only enjoying the show, I hope that you did get something positive and you did walk out with some information, because we need to change and make Africa great again. Thank you, General Mosquito, for your sentiments as well. And also Tyrant Tate and the Unsunken One. Asante ni sana. We're going to wind up the show with some amazing music. But before that, let us just play this video because it has amazing, amazing information as we wind up and get to see what Dr. Arikana has for us.
Our mission is to mobilize African diaspora to participate in the development of Africa. Our mission is to educate the African diaspora so they really understand what is really going on in Africa. Because diaspora are not doing the right thing, not because they don't want to, but because they are misinformed. Goes back to the miseducation of the African, miseducation of Black people wherever we are. ADDI is saying, let's have that unity of purpose. The building of the Africa we want is our responsibility and ours alone. The change that we desire, the respect that we desire, we have a responsibility to demand it, because we can no longer continue to be the most disrespected race on earth. When it's all said and done, we gave back to humanity as we know it. In fact, we should be put on the tallest pedestal, but instead, we are in the slums. Again, intentionally done in order to continue to dominate us. Intentionally done in order to take over our inheritance in Africa. Knowledge of our history, knowledge of the world and how it runs, it will keep us from being thrown a shiny object, running after the shiny object when the real issues are in the opposite direction. ADDI is about educating the African diaspora, creating that unity of purpose, creating and pulling together of our financial resources for the purposes of putting an end to the abuse and exploitation of Black people, not only in Africa, but around the globe.
Thank you for creating the organization, and you have been championing.
Yes, and that is what we're all about here on the Black Hot Fire Network. We need to pass information at the end of the day and get to understand our history, because we just need to wake up at the end of the day. We just need to wake up. Asanteni sana once again for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network here on the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and I hope you are enjoying your Tuesday so far. It's 47 minutes past 12 here in Nairobi, and of course the time is really moving on so quick as the weather does not want to change, so it's just gonna keep up with the cold. But asanteni sana, keeping the Black Hot Fire Network. We still have other amazing shows lined up for you. We have the Rhythm Scoop Show, we have the 254 to the Daily Show, we have the 54 Correspondent Show, we also have the Africa Today Show. As I say, this is the show that I get to enjoy the most, and I love it, and the information that the Black Hot Fire family get to share here on the Black Hot Fire Network. Asanteni sana. I'm gonna play Subi Barua by Subi, and as we wind up, asanteni sana again for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network.
Talk about anything you wanna talk about. Talk about love, talk about life, talk about anything you wanna talk about.
Black Radio, medium 21st century.
Talk about love, talk about life. Hey Baru, Baru anandika kutoka kwa roho. Basi njoo uketi tusome na wewe. Baru anandika kutoka kwa roho. Basi njoo uketi tusome na wewe. Ni barua tu, tararua tu, ni barua tu, tararua.
Kwaherini family, and have an amazing evening and the rest of the day a productive day. Asanteni sana for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network.
Nimechoka na maisha.
Thank you, General Mosquito. You're saying that it was a great show. I am so grateful that you did get to enjoy that. And of course, thank you as well for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network and for your sentiments. Keep it the Black Hot Fire Network, because we also have other amazing shows lined up for you. As I said, we have the Rhythm Scoop Show, we have the 254 to the Daily Show, we have the 54 Correspondent Show, and the Africa Today Show. And at the end of the day, we just need to pass information and get to educate our fellow Black brothers and sisters about our history and more about ourselves. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of that color. Do not change anything. Do not trade anything or your African culture. You being African, do not trade it for anything else, because they can never be you. That one thing that I know about myself, they can never be another me. I am Joby, and that is it. They can never be another Joby. They might take the name away from me because my name is unique here, but they won't take away who I am as a person. Asanteni sana. Have an amazing, productive the rest of the day for yourself.
Somebody call 911. Maisha imenifika